Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. So this time, I will illustrate to you or give you an idea how you may proceed with your discussion dito sa chapter na to, the inventory model. This time, ang highlight natin ay manufacturing. Okay, highlight ko lang din na sa manufacturing, of course, bumibili tayo ng inventory. So meron tayong raw materials, halimbawa, and then itong raw materials na to ay gagamitin natin and kailangan ma-produce or ma-manufacture siya into what we call finished goods. But before siya maging finished goods, ay kailangan natin ipadaan yan sa production. Wherein, kailangan natin ng raw materials, kailangan din natin ng labor, at saka yung ating factory overhead. And alam natin na kapag natapos ito, ay ito yung ating magiging cost of goods manufactured na papasok dito sa ating finished goods. This time, gusto ko lang i-highlight na ang highlight natin or ang focus natin this time is yung manufacturing, which is yung ating production. So meron tayong tinatawag na production. So yun yung ating highlight. Yung ating pagbili, yung purchases of inventory this time, yun yung ating discussion sa previous chapter, yung purchases. Ang focus natin is itong production natin. Yung raw materials ay ipaprocess natin with the help of this conversion costs, diba? And magiging cost of goods manufactured na papasok siya sa ating additional finished goods. Ito yung pinakaiba. Kung titingnan mo, ito yung highlight nyo sa inyong report. The formula this time is now a little bit different. Okay, sulat ko lang yung sa EOQ. Yung sa EOQ, if you remember, is basically 2DOH. Okay? So this time, ang nangyari ay yung ating DO ay pinalitan natin. So, di ba, para siyang 2. Okay, yung ating T ay nandito pa rin. Tapos, yung S natin, yan yung pumalit kay O. So, ibahin ko na to. Halimbawa, papalitan ko to ng S. Ano yung S? Yan yung ating setup cost. How about H? Nandiyan pa rin. Ito lang yung nabago actually. Nadagdagan siya ng P. So, isulat ko dito, P. And then sa baba, nadagdagan siya ng P minus D. Ano tong P? Ito yung annual production capacity. So, pwedeng capability or capacity. Ito yung kayang i-produce ng ating machines, okay, o ng ating factory. And then, ano naman tong P minus D? Alam natin yung D, annual demand. For me, ganito yung explanation ng P minus D. Ito yung ating tinatawag na excess production. Sir, ano yung excess production? Halimbawa ay, for example, ang kayang i-produce ng ating factory is 100,000 units. Ito yung ating production capability. Pero yung annual demand lang natin is hindi naman 100 kundi 80,000 units. So in this case, meron tayong sobra na 20,000 units at magmamatter yan. Ngayon, bakit nga pala mayroong ganito, excess production? Bakit nagmamatter yan? Ipakita natin using our illustration. Let's compare EOQ at saka ating ELS. EOQ at saka ELS. EOQ versus ELS. Anong meron sa ating EOQ? I'd like to highlight yung ating assumption dito sa EOQ. Ang assumption natin sa EOQ, papakita nyo to ha. Ang assumption natin sa EOQ is pag na-order tayo ng inventory, they are received. Natatanggap yung inventory at once. Okay. Ganito yung dahilan or ito yung dahilan. Okay, bakit yung inventory natin ay dumarating ng isahan. Hindi siya dumarating ng paunti-unti. So tulad ng pinapakita natin, kung ito yung ating level of inventory, ito naman yung ating time, yung ating x-axis. Pinapakita natin sa ating previous discussion na if every time na nag-order tayo ng inventory ay we order 10,000 units, yung 10,000 units na yan, dumarating yan siya at once. So once we have an inventory level of 10,000 na in-order natin, yan yung ating i-deplete, no? Ibebenta natin yan over the cycle period, no? And then pag naubos na yung inventory natin ng zero, instantly or at the same time, darating na naman yung another batch, no? Another order na 10,000 units. At darating siya at once, hindi pa unti-unti. So darating siya, so as you can see, ang graph natin biglang tataas ulit, no? Biglang tataas ulit 10,000 yung ating level of inventory. At di tayo nakakaroon ng delay. Pag naubos na tayo ng inventory, diretsong darating yung bagong inventory. And ito na naman yung madi-deplete, and then mauubos, and then pag naubos siya, darating agad yung ating replenishment, and then mauubos na naman. At ganito yung nangyayari, kumbaga, sa ating economic order quantity. At kaya, if you remember, ang ating maximum inventory is basically kung ilan yung ating in order. Yung ating Imax, diba, is equal, if you remember, it is equal to Q. Kung ilan yung in order natin every time we make an order. Pagdating sa ELS, hindi ganyan. Pagdating sa ELS, hindi ganyan. Ang assumption din dito, ang mangyayari dito sa ating ELS, we produce production, okay? Meron tayong production period, no? So meron tayong production period. So ibig sabihin, kung magpo-produce tayo ng 10,000 units, halimbawa ang lot size natin. Kung dito ang tawag natin sa size ay Q, dito sa ELS ang tawag naman natin dito, di ba? Q stands for quantity. This time lot size, no? Lot size. So tawagin natin letter L. So halimbawa, we are also going to produce 10,000 units. Sa production, lot size ang tawag natin doon, 10,000 units. Ngayon, ang pinakaiba sa EOQ, when we make order, pag nag-order tayo ng inventory, 10,000 units, darating siya at once. So, ang nangyayari sa inventory natin, pag naubos, diretsong babalik agad sa 10,000. Dito, sa EOQ, sa ELS rather, kung mag-graph din tayo ulit, hindi siya ganon, no? Paunti-unti na mapuproduce yung 10,000 na yan. So possible halimbawa ang ating daily production, letter P, small letter P, halimbawa ang daily production natin 2,000 units per day. So 2,000 units per day, ibig sabihin ay yung ating 10,000 na lot size, mapuproduce natin siya in how many days? Obviously, mapuproduce natin ito in how many days? 10 days, 5 days rather. Paano nakuha yun? You will be able to get that by dividing 10,000 units yung lot size. At kung everyday nagpo-produce tayo ng 2,000 units, ibig sabihin, we will be able to produce this or complete the production of this batch of this lot size in how many days? In 5 days. So, ang mangyayari, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 days no, na ipoproduce natin yung inventory na yan. Okay, 5 days na ipoproduce natin yung inventory na yan. Ito yung ating production period. Okay, yun yung sinasabi ko dito na production period. Ngayon, during this production period, ano mangyayari sa inventory level? Ang mangyayari sa inventory level, hindi tulad sa EOQ na pag nag-order ka, dumating yung inventory, diretsong tumataas. This time, paunti-unti tumataas yung inventory natin. Okay, ganito yung mangyari. Halimbawa, everyday, nakakapag-produce tayo ng 2,000 units. Ngayon, what if ang daily demand natin, assuming lang ha, what if ang ating daily demand is, let's say, 1,500 units per day. So what do you see? Nakakapag-produce tayo 2,000 units every day, pero ang naibebenta lang natin 1,500 units every day. So meron tayong what we call excess production. Excess production every day na amounting to 500 units per day. Tama ba? 2,000 na po-produce, 1,500 lang yung naibebenta. Anong mangyayari dito sa excess production every day? It will accumulate, no? It will accumulate. So, ang mangyayari dito sa 500 na to, it will accumulate. Every day, meron kang excess na 500 units. Ibig sabihin, from day 1, meron kang magiging excess na 500. Then day 2, another excess na 500. Then day 3, another excess na 500. Then day 5, another excess na 500. And then, day 4, another 500. And then, lastly, sa day 5, merong excess another 500. So, by that time, nangyayari, yung ating inventory, pataas ng pataas. So, kung titignan natin, parang ganito yung magiging inventory natin. Magiging inventory natin, basically, yung napoproduce natin, 2,000, may ibebenta na natin agad yung 1,500 at may natitira na 500. So, ibig sabihin, from 0, no, ang ating magiging inventory level after day 1 will be 500. Ayan. 500. So, ganito, 500. Tapos, pagdating ng day 2, madadagdagan pa yun ng 500. Pagdating ng day 3, another 500. Pagdating ng day 4, another 500. Pagdating ng day 5, another 500. So, pagdating ng day 5, no? Pagdating ng day 5, okay, erase ko na lang muna to. Bakit ganito yung ating inventory level? Nag-accumulate, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina. Nag-accumulate siya. No, bakit nag-accumulate? Because of the excess production. So, pagdating ng day 5, tapos na yung ating production period. So, titigil na tayo mag-produce dyan. We are going to stop production. We are going to stop production. So, at what level is that? I guess, ang accumulate natin na production, excess production in 5 days is, I guess, if you're going to compute for that, ang ating accumulate is going to be 500 units, okay, multiplied by 5 days. Di ba 5 days yung ating production period? So, multiplied by 5 days, you will get 5 days times 500, that will be 2,500. Tama? 5 days times 100, 2,500. So, 2,500 yung ating na-accumulate na inventory. Okay? Sa production period. So, dahil meron na tayong 2,500 na units of inventory every day, ang gagawin natin is, yan na naman yung ibebenta natin. So, titigil na tayo mag-produce. Hindi mo na tayo mag-produce kasi meron pa tayong 2,500 na inventory na itambak natin, na accumulate natin. Yan lang muna ibebenta natin for the meantime. So, yan muna yung ibebenta natin for the meantime. So, ulitin ko lang to. So, yan muna yung ibebenta natin for the meantime. And then, madideplete, diba? Kung meron tayong 2,500, titigil mo na tayo mag-produce, madideplete yan. Diba? Mga how many days? Madideplete yan ata. And 2,500 divided by daily demand. So, 2,500. Diba? 2,500 yung ating inventory. Ito siya. 2,500 yung naipon natin na inventory during the production period divided by the daily demand. So, basically, mauubos natin agad in just 1.6 days. No? From day 5 to 6.6 days. So, basically, hindi tayo magpo-produce from day 5. Ito yung ating, hindi muna tayo magpo-produce. Ang tawag natin dito ay depletion period. Okay? I-deplete muna natin yung inventory. Then, pag naubos na yung naipon natin na inventory, saka na naman tayong magpo-produce. And when we start producing, ganoon din, mag-accumulate na naman tayo ng 500 units every day. Pag natapos yung production, after 5 days, makakaipunan na tayo ng 2,500 at yun na naman ulit yung ating ibebenta. Okay? Pag na-deplete na, naubos na yun, start na naman tayo ng production. So, as you can see, ito yung ating start of production. Okay? We start our production there. Ganito din, we start here. No? And as you can see, this time, tumitigil tayo. No? Mag-produce. Dito tayo tumitigil. Okay? So, pag natapos na natin i-produce yung 10,000 within this production period, titigil na tayo. Kasi nakapag-produce na tayo ng 10,000. So, yung natira, ito yung natira na 2,500, ibebenta muna natin. Pag naibenta siya, na-deplete na, saka na naman tayo magsisimulang mag-production o mag-produce. And then, makakaipon na naman tayo ng 2,500, ibebenta na naman ulit natin. Yun ang pinagkaiba na dito sa EOQ. Kasi dito, yung inventory received at once. Dito sa production, paunti-unti natin siyang napoproduce. Kaya, kung babalikan natin yung formula, ganito yung ating formula. Bakit ganito yung formula at mayroon tayong ganito? No? Nagkaroon ng ganito. Because yung ating average inventory is now different. Kung sa EOQ, if you remember yung ating, okay, hindi na to EOQ ha, dahil nilagyan natin ng ganito. Hindi na pala to EOQ, so hindi na to EOQ. So, palitan ko dito ng ELS. Now, remember sa EOQ natin, di ba? Sa computation natin ng EOQ, yung ating average inventory is equal to IMAX, yung maximum inventory, divided by 2. I hope you remember this. At ang IMAX natin doon, if you remember, ang IMAX natin is equal to quantity. Kung ilan yung in-order natin na inventory. So, pwede natin isulat yung average inventory natin is Q divided by 2. Tama? Ganyan yung ating average inventory sa EOQ. This time, dahil ang pinag-uusapan natin is production, ang mangyayari is ang ating maximum inventory, as you can see in our discussion, ang ating maximum inventory ito yung ating IMAX, is basically 2,500. At saan nanggaling 2,500? Nanggaling po yung 2,500 na yan kanina dito. Kung ang ating basically, ang gagawin natin is yung ating lot size, kung ilan yung ipoproduce natin, divide natin yan siya by the daily production. So, ilan yung kayang i-produce ng ating inventory, ng ating factory. So, ano makukuha natin dito? Ito yung number of days of production, yung production period. The lot size divided by the production capacity per day, yun ang ating production period. Gaano katagal yung production period? So, multiply natin yung production period, no, yung days of production, by the excess demand. Ano yung excess demand? Excess demand is computed as what? Excess demand is computed as the production per day divided by minus the demand per day. So ito yung ating excess production. So if you multiply this, you will get IMAX. Okay? At this is what makes, no, the computation of ELS different. Itong IMAX na to, iba na. Hindi siya tulad noong sa EOQ na that is simply equal to Q. Bakit ganun? Kasi nga tulad ng sinabi ko, equal lang siya sa Q kasi yung Q natin pag dumating yan, yung in-order natin pag dumating yan, isahan na, received at once. Pero dito sa EOQ, sa ELS rather, paunti-unti siya. So kung halimbawa, ang production period natin 5 days, ay within that production period, makakapag-ipon tayo ng 2,500 units na inventory level. Okay, so every day 500 units. So ito siya, yung excess production. Every day 500 units. So yung 500 units na yan, yung 2,500 na to na maximum inventory, paunti-unti yan siya naiipon. No, paunti-unti siya siyang naiipon. And then pag nakaipon na siya after the production period, naging 2,500 na, saka na naman i-deplete yan. Okay? Pag naubos ng inventory itong 2,500, start na naman ang production, paunti-unti makakapag-ipon tayo ng inventory na 2,500, and then pag 2,500 na yan at natapos na rin yung production of 10,000, saka na naman to i-deplete itong 2,500. I-deplete na naman, and then ganoon na naman. Pag naubos yun, produce na naman tayo start na naman tayo ng production. So ganoon yung nangyari. Ito lang naman yung nagpa-iba. So ang nangyari, ang ating average inventory, yung average inventory ay yung ating magiging annual holding cost natin. Kung sa EOQ, madali lang. Ganito lang siya. Quantity divided by 2 times H. Pero this time kasi yung Q natin dito, hindi na siya yung ating IMAX. Ito yung ating IMAX. Maximum inventory. Sa EOQ, ganyan siya. Pero this time, sa ELS, hindi na siya ganyan. Ang ating IMAX is ito na siya. ito. So, kung isusulat ko to, L, no? L, sulat ko lang na dito. Ito siya, L. So, pakuntiin ko na lang yung aking font. Okay, pakuntiin ko na lang yung aking font. So, we have L over P, okay, multiplied by P minus T. Ayan. So, kung i-rearrange natin to, it will be actually written like this. Diba? Pwede kong isulat to as L 2P. And then, pwede kong unahin ko to. So, edge, no, para maging kamukha ng sa EOQ. Tapos, i-multiply ko tong P minus D. Ayan. So, P minus D. Or pwede ko itong i-rearrange as like this para maging kamukha ng sa EOQ. Ang annual holding cost is equal to L. No, sa EOQ, ito yung Q. Ito yung Q sa L, sa EOQ. This time kasi lot size yung pinag-usapan natin. Divided by 2, multiplied by edge. Okay? Multiplied by P. Okay, wait lang. Multiplied by P minus D over P. Okay, sir, ano na to? Ano pala to? Ito nga pala, ito yung ating, kung tutuusin, ito yung ating percentage of excess. Sir, yung percentage of excess. Yung percentage of excess, tulad nito kanina, ang excess natin, ang excess production natin, 500. Ang production natin everyday, 2,000. So, ano yung percentage excess natin? That is 500 divided by the production capacity na 2,000. So, that is, ilan yan? I guess that is 25%, di ba? 500 divided by 2,000. 500 divided by 2,000, that is 25%. Okay? So, para bang yung ating average inventory dito, okay, is not exactly the lot size, no, but the average excess inventory. Basically the excess inventory, the percentage of excess inventory. So, kumbaga, kung ang average inventory, kung ang lot size natin is 10,000 divided by 2, this will give us 5,000. I-multiply pa natin yan by 25%. Okay, 25%. So, parang ganyan yung ating interpretation sa formula na to. Ngayon, i-erase ko na to. Pinakita ko lang to kung pwede mo siyang express. Pwede ganito yung formula mo. Para mas madali mo matandaan. Pwede ganyan. No? Pwede ganito lang. So, parang i-erase ko na lang muna. Pwede ganito lang yung formula. Parang copyin mo lang sa EOQ. Sa EOQ is parang ganito lang. Sa EOQ lang naman is L over 2 times edge. Tapos, ibahin ko na to. Times P minus D over P. So, parang dinlagyan mo lang siya ng percentage of excess. Okay, parang nilagyan mo siya ng percentage of excess kasi nga, iba na yung inventory natin eh. So, parang yan lang. Yan lang naman yung nagpaiba sa ating inventory model. So, if you are going to go back to our EOQ model, ito siya, punta ako sa EOQ model. Ito siya, itong formula natin to. In fact, pwede ko pa itong i-express in a different way. How will I be able to express this in a different way? Parang ganito. Yung EOQ model natin, pwede ko siyang i-express like this. No, this is equal to, again, pwede mo itong derive using the derivation. So, pwede ko itong re-express in a different way. So, tulad lang ng sa EOQ. So, 2 D S, pero yung S natin, yung O natin is going to be S na lang, divided by H. But remember, yung H natin, yung holding cost natin, okay, i-multiply natin yan by what? Iba na kasi yung ating average inventory. Hindi na siya tulad sa EOQ na Q over 2 lang. No? This time, iba na. So, ang gagawin natin, i-multiply natin yung H natin by 1 minus D over P. Okay, pwedeng yan. So, D over P, pwedeng capital D, yung annual, or pwedeng daily. So, ganyan. D over P. Bakit ganito, sir? Ano tong D over P? Ano to? Ito lang naman yung ating, again, ulit, ito yung ating percentage of excess. Percentage of excess. Saan ang galing percentage of excess na yan? Ito yung kanina, diba itong pinapakita ko, percentage of excess. Diba pag sinulat, diba equal lang to? Diba pag sinulat mo to, let me use this. Halimbawa, diba ito ay yung kanina na compute natin 50%. So kanina halimbawa ang ating production capacity is 2,000. 2,000 minus 1,500 yung daily demand, ito, divided by the production na 2,000. So this will give us, if I'm not mistaken, 25% kanina, di ba? 25% kanina. Ngayon, actually, pwede itong isulat in this way. So pwede ganito, 1 minus D over P. Okay? Or this is equal to, kung gagamitin natin same illustration, this will be demand is ito 1.5, so 1 minus 1.5 over production at 2. Diba? So pag kinompute mo to, ganito lang din ang malalabas, 25%. Okay, so kung i-move ko to siya dito, so parang ganito, no? So this is basically equal to 1 minus 75%, 0.75. 1.5 divided by 2 is 0.75. So this will give me 1 minus 0.75 will be 0.25. So itong 1 minus 1.5 over 2, or ito siya, yun yung exactly na tinatawag natin or tinatawag kong percentage of excess. Tulad nitong sa aking computation. Pwedeng ganito. 1 minus D over P. Itong D at saka P pwedeng annual, pwede ring daily. Parehas lang. So pwedeng annual, pwede ring daily. So yun yung ating EOQ na pinakaiba niya sa ating, yun yung ating ELS at yun yung pinakaiba niya sa EOQ. Thank you very much.